What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another watch-along here on my channel as well. Tonight, we are watching Puss in Boots, the very first one, the very first Puss in Boots from 2011. Very excited to watch this one. It's kind of a comfort one for me, so no doubt I'm excited to watch this. So, of course, I got my two co-hosts here. You got Mr. Fritzky and Movies and Trains Studios. How you guys doing?
Good.
Oh, yeah, and also to clarify for you guys, it's been a little over 2 months since Movies and Trains has been here.
Holy crap, I didn't even realize that.
Oh. You want the Universal thing or what?
Someone's really excited to get to it, I guess.
Yeah. And, of course, we have a couple of guests here. We got my boy Jared Runner over here. How's it going, Jared?
Good, but tired.
Time change, I tell you. And, of course, returning for my upcoming 2023 releases that we're excited for, please help me welcome back my good friend Tracy, Nerdy Film Girl. How's it going, Tracy?
Good. How are you guys?
Doing great.
Good.
Really excited to watch this.
Yes, me too.
And also to clarify, this is Tracy and Jared's first time watching this movie.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. So if you guys don't know how watch-alongs work, just going to go over the quick rules before we get started here. Grab your copy of Puss in Boots if you guys have it on 4K, Blu-ray, DVD, or if you guys are watching through streaming. Cue it up to 000, and when we say play, I'm just going to start the movie, provide commentary, and also take your guys' comments and questions as well. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. So I'm gonna Tracy, how excited are you to watch this?
I'm so
excited.
Well, I mean, it's been a while. I remember when I was a kid, not loving it, but hopefully that'll change on rewatch. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's because I don't know. I thought it was because like it felt weird without Shrek, I guess.
Well, this is actually like a prequel to Shrek. Like this is years before he met him.
Yeah.
So
which I give this movie like a little leeway, you know, because of that. But I don't know. Like I said, now that it's been a long time, like maybe it'll change. But
and
we're all 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I saw The Last Wish. But I was also 8 years old when this movie came out too. So like I don't know how much that really says.
That probably says a little bit much, but
maybe.
But, is everybody ready to get started?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let me count it down. 3, 2, 1, play.
Trying to get this arm to actually cooperate for a second. Hang on.
All right.
So I can successfully eat and drink while I'm doing this. But
gotta have something.
Yep.
Speaking of which, I am old.
You're drinking a Diet Coke.
I am.
Got a nice little triple berry bubbler here. Nice.
Again, classic.
That is a Luke drink if I ever did see one.
It's my classic drink, so I'll tell you that.
Yes.
All right, let's see. So we got some comments here. We got Cinema Geek 100. How's it going, my friend? Thank you for stopping in. The View with Drew says, "Hey, what's up? How's it going?" Charles Clayton. What's going on, Charles Clayton? And Cineview's in here. How's it going?
Chupacabra.
The Chupacabra.
Okay, I guess because you just mentioned it, now would be a good time for me to come out right and say, when I was coming up with my online name, because I've never owned a cat, I did not know that Frisky was a cat food. And like Frisky was a word I totally made up.
Wow.
And yeah, I have no affiliation with the cat food or like use that as like something to go off of or anything like that. So like a couple of times, like there was this one girl that I was seeing a long time ago, and when her dad found out that was my online name, he started calling me Cat Boy, and I was like, huh? I had no idea what he was talking about, and it was then that I learned about the cat food name,
That's crazy.
and he
I
was
can't
I would
like,
have just called you Fritz, honestly.
I can't believe how adult that opening scene was.
Yeah.
it was.
Like, oh my goodness.
Oh.
One night stand, I'm out, you know.
Yeah.
Me.
That's crazy.
Hold on. TV's buffering.
Oh no.
Oof.
Oh boy.
We can give you a timestamp if you need it.
All right.
I was a bad kitty.
241, 42, 43, 44.
You guys are at 241?
Yeah.
Or a little past that. I'm at 251, 52,
Got it.
3.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, this movie is so weird to watch after The Last Wish because like the animation
Different
styles are like
animation.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
completely different. The animation.
I mean,
a
this
lot
is
more
still
different.
this is still from like the Shrek days of DreamWorks, whereas
Yeah, and now you look at stuff like The Bad Guys and now The Last Wish. It's basically Spider-Verse level of animation.
yeah, clearly very Spider-Verse inspired, but
Yeah, especially.
I mean,
the
it's
scenes.
I don't know, it's weird because excuse me, it's almost like a blend between 2D and 3D. It's like I'm gonna come up with a new name for it, 2.5D.
Okay. I like that. But right, I guess you could call it DreamWorks version of Spider-Verse, I guess you could call it.
Well, it's hard.
Yeah,
I think it's like hard too, like in this era specifically, when like Pixar was like, and I still think Pixar is the top animation with the CGI, but they're so realistic looking, and I feel like studios wanted to have their own imprint on that, but still try to be realistic, which is exactly what you're saying, and like what they're trying to do here.
Right, yeah.
yeah.
That's a better way to put it.
What's
Let's
your
see.
guys' timestamp?
Was that like 3 minutes? So funny.
So what was I gonna say? I don't remember.
Oh, there goes his boots.
Do you guys know that Vikings used to put orange cats on their boats because orange cats specifically they thought like made evil spirits not like they would like like they wouldn't come to the ship essentially.
Oh,
Really?
that's
That's pretty interesting.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
I have an Icelandic teacher. I'm gonna have to ask her if she knew that.
Yeah, ask her about orange cats.
There you go. Let's see. Leo Drew says I haven't seen this movie in years. Let's see. Yes, that's what I was about to say. All the Shrek movies have adult jokes. That's right. The humor in the Shrek movies is very unapologetic, but I kind of love those movies for that reason with the humor.
So good,
They're-
yeah.
Yeah, they're very much more adult type of humor, very unapologetic. This may sound weird to mention, but the trailer for the first Puss in Boots had the song "I Know You Want Me" by Pip. Yeah, I noticed that. They did that with. I think they did that with some kids' movies in certain degree, where it's like that's not a kid's song, but that's the way people were back in the day. Yep. So.
Well, I'll give you a good example. Even in the was it 2011 or 2012 the Muppets movie?
I think that was 2011.
Yeah, that was 2011.
Yeah.
Same year this came out.
2011.
Okay, so they had the chickens sing "Fuck You" by CeeLo Green. So yeah, my
That's
point
bad.
exactly. My point exactly. Now,
is
to
so
be
bad.
fair, the radio
It is
version says
successful.
"Forget You," so it's like I give it a little leeway. But does not every dirty song have a clean version? So like, I don't know, dude.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I mean, not all songs do, but unless you actually like find some type of way for it to be clean, but I have no idea because
There was like some story I heard. I forgot who told me this, and like they were like younger at the time and had never heard the CeeLo Green song like unedited and or uncensored, and they just heard it on the radio. And then they went to a party and someone played the real version. They were like, "Oh my god!" Like they had no idea at the time.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Because
That was me for a little while.
To kind of play into Drew's comment. I thought they also used the same song in the second Madagascar, if I remember right.
They might have. I don't know.
I remember.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that song distinctly. Because like I think that was the scene when Moto met up with Gloria when they were in Africa.
Well, here's another thing. Oh yeah, that part's a little unrelentless. But back to what?
Whoa.
Yeah, no, movies and trains, because I don't know, that song was like popping when we were like little. I'm not gonna lie, I also did not know about the regular version until later.
That's crazy.
I was in college, so I I definitely heard that.
Oh, were you?
That is.
What are you guys at? I'm at
We're at the
7.
scene like when Jack and Jill just checked in.
Yeah. 8,
So.
11, 12.
Let's see. Any thoughts on Quentin Tarantino's final film called The Movie Critic?
I'm excited for it.
It's Tarantino. Why? How can I not be excited?
I mean, he's my
What's
second favorite director, so I'm of course pretty hyped. And
He's definitely top
hoping
3
he
for
was
me. I'm
Kill
very
Bill
excited
3.
for that.
what's up, Jared?
Some people were expecting Kill Bill 3.
No,
I was not, because especially in the director's eyes, it's not. It would even okay. They talked about it, but even then, it wouldn't have been the third movie. It would technically be the second movie,
Yeah,
because he
Right.
views them as 2 volumes, not original and sequel.
Yeah.
Well, it's because the first one, like you can kind of use them as one movie though, because the first one has all of the and then the second one is all the extra stuff.
I have always viewed it as one movie, to be honest, because if that's how he views it, it's how I'm gonna view it, to be honest.
I view it the same way. And I will say I've heard a lot of interviews with Quentin where he does refer to this movie critic many times, like random ones I've seen throughout the years. So he's like got like almost an obsession with this woman who I think he like disagreed with every time she wrote something. So it'd be interesting.
Wow.
I don't know if it's absolutely about her, but I also heard that there's speculation that it's like, if not completely about her, it's like she gave him inspiration or whatnot, because I know she had like a huge influence on him when he was like getting into movies and whatnot.
Yeah.
And she was someone that I think like you said, not that he agreed with her all the time or anything, but he like really enjoyed hearing her perspective and such.
Yeah.
Which that's me with most movie YouTubers, honestly. Like I don't know. I don't trust their word because it's coming from them, because like how many times has someone told you you're gonna love something and you don't, right? Or you're not gonna like something and you love it. But at the same time, I love hearing the different perspectives.
Yeah, for sure. Because speaking of different perspectives, because I already know I'm going to have a different perspective from him. I told this to Jared and Britsky before we went live. That if my buddy Grant is watching, what's up, buddy? He like before we even went live, he literally just texted me because he went and saw Shazam: Fury of the Gods with one of his buddies. He literally just texted me and he's like, "I hated it, 0 out of 5," and I'm like, "Wait, what? Slow your roll, dude.
What?
It does not look that bad." Like,
no, I've heard really good things too. I've heard very divisive though on this, and I'm really excited to see it. So
I really want to see.
I've heard pretty
actually,
mixed things.
Because I adore the first Shazam. Like,
Me too.
I love it. It's
First
a great
one's
movie.
great.
I've never seen it. I've never
It's
seen
so
the first
good.
one.
It's so worth
Okay.
it.
Come on, Jerry. It's such a good. I think the night before I go, the day before I go see Shazam 2, I'm going to rewatch the first one because I'm seeing it on Sunday.
I'm not planning on seeing it in theaters.
If I tell you it's good, you're going to have to.
I want to see it in theaters because I want.
I don't
Jake
care enough
to
to go see it,
know, like
honestly.
that it matters. You know, like the
Yeah.
Shazam.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
The
never
thing is-
watched it. I never watched the trailer for Fury of the Gods like after the Comic-Con trailer, because the Comic-Con trailer that I saw for Fury of the Gods, I was like, good enough. I don't need to see anything else.
I kind of had to because of the movies that I saw in the theaters that played them. But honestly, if I were to go see it in the theaters, it would have to be like hearing from a ton of people that it's like one of the best in the DCEU. Because at this point, I don't really care to go see any movie besides maybe The Flash in the theaters, because they're cutting it off after Aquaman. So like,
Yeah.
Right, but they could continue the like Shazam franchise if this does well. Like James Gunn is open to it.
Yeah.
I think that's why.
Yeah, I would see that. Let's see.
but honestly,
Drew
I
asks,
can wait until HBO Max, especially for
What?
that.
Hold on. I was hearing somebody.
Look who showed up, Luke. Oh. Thoughts on the Cornetto trilogy? Okay. I'll answer the question since Luke's gone. So I've never seen The World's End. Shaun of the Dead I really like. It's definitely my favorite of the trilogy. Hot Fuzz, this is somewhat of a hot take when it comes to Edgar Wright films. I think it's all right. Like, I enjoy it for the most part, more than I don't. But I don't know. I think it's probably my least favorite Edgar Wright film. I've seen all of them except for The World's End, but it's probably my least favorite.
Okay, speaking just of the Cornetto trilogy, I think The World's End is the weakest of the trilogy, even though I still love it. Haven't seen it since, I think, late 2020, so I'd need to give it a rewatch. But I couldn't tell you which one I like more, though, Hot Fuzz or Shaun of the Dead. Both of them, every time I watch them, I'm like, oh, man, this is, like, really good, and I think I might like it more than the other one. And then I go to watch the other one, and I was like, nope, I don't know which one I like more. But, man, both of those movies.
See, my thing is, I just really prefer Edgar Wright's later movies, which I know is
Baby Driver,
somewhat.
Scott Pilgrim, Last Night in Soho. Those are all great movies.
I strongly prefer all three of those as opposed to Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz. I said, I'm not disregarding Shaun of the Dead at all.
Oh, what timestamp you at, Fritzky?
Uh-oh.
Hold on. I'll tell you. Let me see. 15:06, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. You got it?
I just skipped to 13. Hang on. Still buffering because it's freaking voodoo, but
okay. I don't know if it was my end or Luke's end or whatever, but I just totally for a second there cut out of the stream.
Oh.
Okay, 15, 32, 33, 34, 35, 37, 38, 39, 40.
Miss opportunity.
Oh, hang on.
What to say? Hey you, I'll challenge you to a dance competition.
Dance competition.
It's off, bro.
Anyway, back to what I was saying. Here, just flash forward to go to 1630. We'll meet you there. It'll take you that long to flash forward anyway, or skip forward. What am I saying?
Stupid voodoo. I hate the structure of this.
Voodoo kind of low key sucks. I usually buy if I buy a movie I don't buy movies digitally. What am I saying? But the ones I have, it's been Prime.
The ones I think I bought are on Apple TV.
Apple TV is pretty good for buying stuff. That's what we had for when we still had the Apple TV little plug-in thing. That's what we used for a long time.
Let me know when you get
on
to
iTunes.
1622. That's where I'm at right now.
We're past 1622.
Crap.
Go to 17. Anyway,
9.
back to what I was saying. So, yeah, like I said, I'm not disregarding Shaun of the Dead at all, because I still do really like it. But even then, I still do strongly prefer Soho, Baby Driver, and Scott Pilgrim. Absolutely.
All three are fantastic.
How about Nerdy Film Girl? What are your thoughts on Cornetto and Edgar Wright in general?
I kind of agree with well, I have to say Hot Fuzz is my favorite for sure.
Okay.
And I think it is such a rewatchable film compared to a lot of movies. I will say it is a tough toss between Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz as far as like a favorite, but I think like I just hold that movie dear. I saw it in college and it was like my first I actually saw that before Shaun of the Dead, so it was like my first introduction to Edgar Wright. But I do love his later films as well. Like Baby Drivers is fantastic. I haven't seen the latest one, the Soho in what is it called again? Soho.
Yeah, Last Night in Soho.
Last Night in Soho, yeah.
I need to watch that. So yeah, I mean he's a fantastic director, and I like his experimenting and everything he does. So
Last Night in Soho is an awesome movie.
Jared, what about you?
What do you think
What
of
about
Edgar
you?
Wright?
That's a tough one. I haven't seen all his movies.
Which ones have you seen?
Look at
Some
Northman.
big pause. All right, I'm at 1812.
You're still about a minute behind. Here, why don't you go to the 20-minute mark, and I'll
20
tell you when we're there.
All right, I'm at, hold on, 20. It said 2013 when I hit play, but it's buffering.
Okay, just pause it
20
there. Well,
All
I'll
right,
tell 2030,
2014.
2014. Okay.
Yep.
We'll be there in a minute. Anyway, yeah, Jared, which ones have you seen?
The Northman.
A minute. I mean, really though, any film I think a lot. There's college is like such a influential like time for
All right,
when
I'm
you see a
back.
movie that sticks, it's gonna stick with you. Enters the guy in the chat who Edgar Wright is actually his favorite director. So he's the last I
Yes.
heard.
Yeah, that's right. Edgar Wright is my favorite director of all time.
Yeah, we were just giving some Edgar Wright thoughts.
I think.
Yeah, sorry, my mom just called me
terms
and was like, "Hey, go scoop up the stuff from the garage." I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah, you're good.
I think
Okay,
in terms of
movies and trains. 2012, 13, 14.
got it. All right.
All right, sweet. You're
I think
caught up.
in terms of
All right,
consistency, I think Edgar Wright is one of the best directors out there.
Oh,
He sure
absolutely.
is.
Personal favorite probably would be Steven Spielberg, but like,
Oh yeah, Spielberg's a great one.
yeah, it's
Probably
like
top three
you know,
because
all
like,
of the greats are
honestly,
up there for me. Like John
'cause
Carpenter, Steven
I'm gonna be
Spielberg.
honest. Like 8 of Spielberg's movies, as far as I know, are amongst my favorite movies of all time. So it's like you
I
can
think
tell I
I
love
have
the guy.
like 8 or 9 as like 5 out of 5 stars on Letterboxd. Still need to see Catch
Well,
Me
my
If You-
ninth one is like my number 9 on my Spielberg ranking is close up with my favorites of all time, but it's like I need to rewatch it to see if it actually feels that way for me.
Yeah, I know what you're gonna say. I still need to see Catch Me If You Can.
oh my god, please watch Catch Me If You Can. It is one of his best, like by far.
Tracy
It's
knows
so
what she's talking
good.
about.
It's so good.
See?
You're gonna love it.
I love that movie.
I'll definitely
that
watch
is
it
actually
soon.
because believe it
I'm
or
in the
not,
middle of-
that is actually my favorite Spielberg movie. Is Catch Me If You Can.
So good. Yeah.
It's a genius movie.
I will watch it soon, but I'm in the middle of watching like 3 movies currently. I think it's
Oh yeah,
2 of them are really long. So Zodiac and then The Godfather Part 2, and then I'm also watching Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, which is also a
my
really good movie.
boy.
It was on Freevee on Prime Video, so
I love Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. And funny enough,
I love that movie, dude. That movie's
that
so
movie-
flippin' funny.
yeah, I was gonna.
It
I actually
is.
want to tell you guys. for school one year, I think it was my junior year of high school, I actually dressed up like Johnny Depp from Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas for Halloween.
I should do that.
Oh,
I
cool.
should do that. No
Like,
one else is gonna.
I mainly had the hat on, so I could actually like verify myself as this character from Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
I'm gonna have to rewatch that movie like 20 times though, so I can quote it the entire day. But it's like, oh my god, we're in the middle of a whole
Blind.
lizard monster.
I just love the bathtub scene with him and Benicio. Like,
Wait,
because he wants him to. It's a clip. It's a clip on YouTube, so I mean, it's not really spoiling anything.
wait, you're gonna kill yourself at the peak of White Rabbit?
Dude, I'm not gonna lie to
He
you.
wants Johnny Depp to electrocute him with the radio in the bathtub.
And then he just chucks a grapefruit at him. Or whatever.
I think he chucked an orange at him.
Was that okay? That was an orange.
He was
Okay.
like, "Benito." He chucks it at him, and then he just unplugs the radio and starts running.
You guys are having this like amazing conversation, and I got so sucked in because it's like kitten version of Puss in Boots, and it's like the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, it absolutely
Oh,
is.
dude.
And we
That's
get
one
Humpty
thing
Dumpty's
that
origin
definitely
story
gets me
too.
to like it's like kind of a weak spot, but whenever I see like cute cat eyes like that, it hits me hard because it's like,
Yeah.
like don't, it's too cute. So let's see. Viewer's favorite Cornetto film is Hot Buzz.
Yeah,
That's my favorite as well. I love Hot Buzz.
Oh, really?
That's my favorite. I love Hot Buzz.
Has that changed? I thought the last time I checked it was Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, Scott
No, I'm saying
Pilgrim
in
or
regards to the Cornetto trilogy, not
Oh.
Edgar Wright as a whole.
Okay.
Edgar Wright as a whole, Scott Pilgrim is my favorite. But in regards to the Cornetto trilogy, Hot Buzz is my favorite. Because it's a very unique take on cop movies. It's got a slasher element in there,
Yeah.
and I love
Point
that.
Break or Bad Boys 2?
Janet Applegate is in here. How we doing?
I went to a pawn shop
That's my
a
boyfriend's
couple
mom.
days ago.
Oh, that's right.
Hi, Janet.
Good to see you. Let's see. Viewer Drew says, I love the first Shazam. Me too. It's a great movie. My buddy Daniel's in here. How's it going?
Good.
Let's see. If you were living the life of a monster, what life would stink the most? A vampire or werewolf?
Ooh.
A werewolf. I feel like vampires just have like a sexy, like, rich, like, I don't know. Their lives seem pretty cool. Like they're just like this is the night.
I would definitely be more of a vampire. Like,
I think I'd rather be a vampire so then I
Are
can
you
be a
going
night
to
owl,
go
but like
Or the
Vampire-
Twilight version.
vampire.
no, I would think Morley. Even though the film's like got a couple weeks until it comes out, I would think Morley like Nicolas Cage's Dracula type of vampire.
Right.
I
But
feel
like
like come out
the thing
yet.
Because
with-
dude, I am so excited for Renfield. Like,
that movie looks great. But the thing is, like, I feel like both have like double-edged swords because werewolf, you're pretty cool because you're just a monster just chomping people's heads off. But if you go by like the logic of but if you go by the logic of an American Werewolf in London, like you just wake up and have no idea what happened.
Mm.
So there's that. But like with a vampire, you would die if you walk around during the day, like during your normal life. So it's like, I don't know.
Okay. Let me answer this one. So, I mean, I think I would. It's really hard to say, because like which one I would rather be because I don't know. I think vampires are like I don't know way more hot, but all things considered though, the question is which one would stink, and if I have like more to be, and if I had to pick, I think there's just more.
oh wait, I'm sorry to cut you off there for a second, Fritzky. But when I rewatched this film, I realized when he was saying you do not talk about Bean Club, that was a reference to Fight Club.
Fight Club, yeah, it is. You do not talk about.
You do
Bean
not
Club.
talk about Bean Club. That is a reference to Fight Club.
Second rule about Bean Club is you don't talk about Bean Club, and that even more is a reference.
And I was like, okay, he's definitely referencing Fight Club.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so anyway,
Oh, wait a second, I broke the rule.
yeah. So In terms of which one would stink more to be, like I said, I think I would be more of a vampire just because I have more reasons to be. But vampires, if you think about it, they have way more weaknesses. Whereas the werewolf, at least to my knowledge, it's just the silver bullet. Whereas vampires, it's the sun. Crosses are like I don't know, I don't know, it's like a kryptonite thing where like it weakens you. There's the stake to the heart, garlic. Like there's way more. I don't
Sunlight.
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that being said, there's way more weaknesses to being a vampire.
I think the thing about being a werewolf too, though, I didn't mention this. It also depends on what logic you go off of. But like, if it hits a full moon, you lose all control. You don't ever go back to being a human, so that could stink.
Yeah.
Yes. And I think the other thing that would stink about being a werewolf is the transformation looks like it hurts.
Yeah, that's exactly what Vio Drew said. Because you undergo a very painful transformation, like American Werewolf in London. But with a vampire, he said you can protect yourself from sunlight, and you don't undergo a painful transformation. You just get bitten, and that's it for a vampire. So,
however, the other thing though too is that you're very like, I think it would suck if you're like in Bram Stoker's Dracula and you go a long time without drinking blood and you're like this just like, I don't know, shrivelly old prune and you're weak and you know like he is at the beginning of the movie. Yeah, just like that. When at that point of the movie, I'm like, oh my gosh, it must be so painful to be Dracula right now, and he can't do anything about it.
I love Gary Oldman as Count Dracula in that movie. I love him in that movie.
Yeah, no. I think Bela Lugosi.
Keanu Reeves is the worst part about it.
I
wouldn't say that. I think Keanu Reeves plays a pretty good role, honestly.
Let's see. Charles Clayton says, "What do you guys think of James Gunn directing the Superman Legacy movie?" He's good for it.
I think it fits that
I don't care to be
directing it because he wrote it.
Of course, you don't care, Fritzky.
Oh.
You know me.
I think
he's not a comic book guy, so
not at all.
I think it fits that he's directing it because he wrote it. But I think that for Superman specifically, I think there's better directors out there. But
yeah, I can agree with that. But
I just hope he's able to handle the empathy that is needed for Superman. Because I kind of see that in some of his films, but
yeah,
you know,
yeah, because
like shock value, which I like. I like James Gunn's director, but Superman's a very delicate situation. So
that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Even after a film like The Suicide Squad, that's kind of when I grew like. I mean, I liked James Gunn before. I never was a diehard fan of him after Guardians, like after the Guardians movies. And I remember liking Slither, but I rewatched it like last Halloween and I love it. I
remember Slither being kind of crazy.
It can definitely feel mean-spirited, but it's James Gunn. So it's not really supposed to be mean-spirited. But after the Suicide Squad, that's when I was like, okay, if James Gunn can direct any DC movie, bring it.
Here's the thing, though,
I love
too, is
Suicide Squad.
While I don't have the biggest interest in where DC goes from here on out, except the only one that I have the only ones that I have interest in is I'm very curious to see the Robert Pattinson sequels, and I also, which I know is a different universe, whatever. But also, oh my gosh, I'm also very nervous but curious about Folie à Deux, I think it's called, right?
Awesome.
The new Joker movie.
Yeah,
I'm very intrigued.
Yeah.
At first, I hated the idea of it, but now I'm like, the more I thought about it, I'm like, if there's anyone who can play if it is a musical, right? I think if there's anyone who can play a Harley Quinn in a musical, Lady Gaga is kind of it, because I don't know, she's built a career about just being over the top and out of her mind, and on top of that she can sing, so I don't know what else you need.
Yeah, and she graduated from NYU, like Tisch, like one of the most prestigious acting schools, before she had a music career. So that's her actual biggest passion, and like that's what she loves music, obviously, but like that's her big thing. So I'm really excited to see this type of mashup for her.
Oh yeah.
I gotta ask
Right.
though, Cookie, are you interested in Swamp Thing at all?
No,
Of
not
course
at all.
not.
Well,
As
I
was
mean,
to
it's
be
supposed to be
expected.
like
I figured he was going to say no.
It's supposed to be like a horror movie, and James Mangold's supposed to be directing it. I don't know if that's a name that interests you at all, but
If it becomes like if everybody and their mother says that it's like the most amazing thing ever and it's gonna blow your socks and the sock fuzz under your toenails along with it, then I'll go check it out. But until then, I'll pass.
okay.
I'm about to see what happens. But
I think
I mean, like when I saw Quantumania for the second time, I went with
You saw it twice?
again,
Holy shit!
I was not intending to see it twice.
I did not know you saw it twice.
I did, but because I
I'm
saw it opening
sorry.
night with my family, and then my best friend called me up and it was like, "Hey man, you want to go see Quantumania?" And I was like, "Sure, we haven't hung out in a while, so why not?" And I did like it a little bit more rewatching it, but but when we left, he told me that he was kind of getting burnt out on the comic book stuff, especially with DC. So I was like, I'm not going to make you.
I think
like,
of anything I want to see more of DC.
As far as I know, my best friend is like a DC geek whenever it
I
comes
want
to the
more of
comics.
DC right now. Marvel's on a downfall, and DC's on
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
hard.
Marvel's been well,
for this year,
especially
for
with the box office return that Quantumania has gotten. So it's like it can't really get any worse.
Yeah, it feels like this year though DC's on an uprise at the same time as it's going down because the DCU is going to crap, and then it's taking an uprise with James Gunn's universe and the Batman and Joker and all of that. So
well, yeah, exactly.
Flash is going to be fucking amazing. Like
I hope it is.
Like that's why the studio didn't cancel Ezra. Like there's so much behind this, and everyone says it's so incredible, and that's going to be the reset for all this new DCEU stuff. I think it's going to be. I'm so excited.
I'm hoping.
I mean, I definitely get you guys that are excited for the Flash, but just personally speaking, I'm not really, honestly. And just before you say anything, it's not because of Ezra Miller. It's not that at all.
Did you like the Snyder Cut?
Of course, I love the Snyder Cut. I mean, I have it. I mean, I bought it on 4K around when it was released. But what I was going to try to say was that whenever like films like that are delayed so many times, especially like from their original release date, I always have this tendent fear that it will probably suck. So it's like
date for Flash supposed to came out back in 2018.
So I think
damn.
I kind of want to put your mind at ease though, because I really think this is what happened. I think yes, we had the pandemic. Then they also realized they had to do DC in a totally different direction and not complete the Snyderverse, and not move forward with that. So they did so many reshoots to make this multiverse, concept in the Flash work to now reset everything. And I think they actually took more time and care into it than you would expect.
I understand, but it's just because like. I really don't know how. I mean, I know it's a completely different universe, but think about something like Morbius because it was supposed to come out back in 2019.
I'm sorry, but those are two ugly motherfuckers. Like Jesus.
Oh, Jack and Jill.
Yeah.
Of course.
They're so ugly.
And funny enough,
gosh.
you guys want to know something? You guys actually want to know something funny? Jack is actually voiced by Billy Bob Thornton.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, it's Billy Bob Thornton.
I didn't know this movie was going to be so cute, by the way. So I keep getting distracted because I'm like, it's adorable.
No worries, but it's like, but anyways, again, I know they're in two completely different universes, but with like Morbius was supposed to come out back in 2019, and they were doing like a lot of reshoots before the film was actually supposed to be released. But I kind of felt like they didn't even do the reshoots because the film was terrible.
Yeah. I mean,
they couldn't even. They couldn't even fix any of the problems the film already had.
It's the
God, that
Spider-Man
movie's so
villain
bad.
they keep screwing
Am,
up.
am I paused right now, by the way?
Let me.
Am I paused or
Wait.
can you see me?
No, you're on a black screen.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, that's halfway on purpose.
I swear I just heard that Stranger Things clock sound. If you know what I'm talking about. Like when they shut the door and it had like the red filter over it, I swear I heard the dong.
No, I missed that.
Well, I'm not real.
Might have
Well,
just been
I
me,
never,
but I
I
don't
never
know.
got through like the entirety of Stranger Things. So it's like,
For
I know,
First season,
I know.
Killing me over here.
I'm.
Luke, have you started
I just
watching?
never. That was not like one of the like. I'll be honest about this. It wasn't really one of those shows that was like on my priority list to begin with. So
I
it's
understand.
Because it wasn't like like for me something like Cobra Kai or Breaking Bad where it was like everybody would not stop talking about it, so I had to like do something for myself just to sit down and watch all the seasons.
Totally.
But and then everybody's not going to shut up about The Last of Us, which I'm almost done. Like I'm almost done with that show.
I'm almost
But-
done too. I have 2 episodes left.
Same here. I got to finish episodes 8 and 9. But for me, like some people are hyping it up as the best thing that like adapted from a video game. I honestly would disagree.
Wow, that's a hot take.
'Cause, I mean, it's a great show. No. Like I get that. It's a great show. But for me personally, like, and it kind of also helps with my nostalgia. I think the Sonic movies are better.
It's different. It's like that's.
I know it's different, but it's just because my nostalgia factor with the Sonic movies, and also plus I never played The Last of Us. So
Right.
I haven't
I never
either.
played it, but I used to do a lot of the Call of Duty zombie stuff back in the day. Like, so I played games where you kill zombies, and even though I never played The Last of Us, the directing of The Last of Us is so similar to where you feel like you're playing any zombie video game, really. So like I'll always see stuff like that. And
Also, please
Yeah,
don't spoil it.
it's
By the
just-
way, I want
I'm
to
not
play the
going
game
to, but
before
it's just,
I watch the show.
Okay.
But honestly, I felt like with episodes 2 and 3, I kind of felt like they took a bit too long to honestly get to the point for me.
Episode 3?
2 and 3, to clarify.
Right, but episode
And the
3
first episode
specifically-
honestly made the
2.
icing on the cake for me because it was like, okay, they set the tone just right. But then it kind of just felt like they kind of didn't really know what they were heading within the next 2 episodes. But episodes 5 and 6 definitely picked up for me. 7 was pretty good too, but it's just I have to view the last 2 episodes to really solidify like my full opinion on the show.
Episode 3 was one of the best episodes of television in history, like as a battle episode, like by far.
It was good. Like I'll be honest about that. It's good, but it's just again, I mean.
And Nick
I
Offerman
don't
better
know.
get an Emmy for that. Like, oh my god, he was incredible.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't want to
and
spoil
speaking
anything
of,
when I'm
Chrissy's
saying
boyfriend's
this.
in here, Max Field. How's it going, Max?
What's up?
He made me okay. I have to say, he made me
by Chris
freaking
Stuckman.
laugh he made me laugh my ass off because when I was in Nerdy Film Girls, I think they were just doing like a live stream Q&A thing.
What was the Oscar
Yeah,
show
when I
stream
gave
that
my
was, last week?
okay, that's what it was. So I gave my top 4 favorite. I asked their favorite films, and I gave my top 4, and he goes. And I think he had a glass of wine in his hand or something, which made it even funnier. He's like, "Oh, he's dark."
That was you?
I was like,
oh my god, that's so
yeah.
funny.
"Yep."
Yeah.
Oh
It
no!
was like Mulholland Drive, Nightmare Before Christmas, and then there were 2 others. But yeah, that was hilarious.
Twin Peaks, Fire Walk with Me, and then Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
You got it. Y'all got it.
Because like Fritzky down here is the biggest David Lynch fan that I personally know. Like he is a fanatic of David Lynch,
Cool.
and I don't blame him. But as far as what I've seen on the David Lynch, he's a bit hit and miss for me personally. Because I really liked Blue Velvet. I loved The Elephant Man. Did not like his Dune movie whatsoever, and I did not really care for Eraserhead.
Okay, Fritzky, quick question. If I can speak properly today, what movie from David Lynch should I watch next? Since I've
What
seen
what
Blue
have you seen?
Just Blue Velvet and Dune, I think.
Watch Eraserhead next, I would say.
Okay.
Well, The Elephant Man was actually my first David Lynch film.
Elephant Man's not terrible to start off with. I mean, it's pretty
because,
good.
Like, I found it on Hulu one day. Like it was years ago, and when I found it, I heard about it, but it was just something that I was like, "What is this movie?" Like, let me watch it, and yeah, I was a wreck.
I mean, yeah, no, I personally movies and trains. I would say you either if you want to. Okay, Eraserhead is pretty short, so that would be a good idea. But you also need to start Twin Peaks, dude. You also got to start Twin Peaks.
Yep. I know I have to as well, but it's just, again, not on my priority list at the moment.
Dude, I don't know what it is about
TV
man
shows,
but I cannot like binge them. I have to either I usually have to like watch them sporadically, like extremely sporadically. Like I haven't picked up Breaking Bad since I think October.
So you need to finish that, bro. You need to finish that show.
I know.
But to be fair, I took a long time with Twin Peaks and really any other show ever. Like Cowboy Bebop, I think is only 20-something episodes, and I've been watching it for like 4 months.
I've only seen the first episode.
And
I'm
going to be honest, like
that and
when I started Breaking Bad, I got like the first few episodes in, and then I got to like episode 7 of season 2, kind of forgot about it, and stopped watching it for a little bit. And then a couple weeks later, I was like, I need to finish this.
Hey, by the way, I have to say, speaking of Breaking Bad, did you see Goose's Serialized?
Wait, what is it? I didn't quite.
I'm
not at Serialized that often anymore.
Okay, well, I mean, this will be my 4th run of Breaking Bad. My dad's 2nd. But
Goose is first,
this is,
right? Goose is first, right?
So it's Goose and my mom's first run.
Oh, dude, your mic is
finished
up.
Finished season 4.
Wow, it's great. What I was about to say,
my computer speaker just went haywire.
I don't know what happened, but I was gonna say the show that I've been kind of keeping up with, and it's kind of funny since I'm also preparing for the movie. I've been actually going back and watching the Super Mario Brothers Super Show quite a bit, because I'm a Mario geek. Don't at me. I love that character.
Also the I know
your mic is acting up.
Yeah.
Good.
Nah.
It's still acting up a little bit. Try leaving the stream and then coming back in. See if that works.
So a few days ago, I went to a pawn shop again.
What do you got?
Super 8.
Awesome movie.
Was spanking brand new.
Good. Maybe.
But still see.
No, try leaving the stream again.
Goofy.
There we go. Try to fix that. I know I showed this off on my show earlier this week, but I just got this recently, the Omen collection.
Very nice.
You said it doesn't have 4 on that one?
Yes, and I'm actually happy it does not, because Omen 4 is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. It's awful. All right, let's see.
Did you guys answer that question yet, by the way?
I still haven't answered that. We kind of got carried away with the
conversation.
conversation.
I just want to make sure, because I wanted to chime in on this one.
Oh, yeah. Are you
okay.
I was excited for Shelby
give your response.
I'm so excited to watch his film. I think he is so intelligent about movies. And I've brought this up in another thing I did recently, but my friend did the visual effects for Terrifier 2. And like that
really?
Career up because it made it so realistic. I didn't see the movie yet, but he is in post-production right now with Chris Stuckman doing like all of his stuff. And he says it looks awesome and he's a really talented filmmaker. And I really like him and I think he deserves it. So
yeah,
I'm excited to see it. I'm hoping it comes
out. I'm very excited for it.
Yeah, it's interesting. Let's see. Future says it may sound crazy. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying it's a new world of financing a movie. It's like you have a successful YouTube channel and then like, you know, you have so many followers that are so excited to see you succeed and he does. And he was like, let's make a movie. He wanted. I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. Viewer Drew says this may sound crazy. I haven't seen the Last of Us show, but I probably will view it. No pun intended. Oh, I get it. Because his name is View with Drew. Very funny.
Great show.
But I probably will view it soon. Okay, yeah. I have to finish the last 2 episodes. Again, no pun intended. Last of Us.
I would like to say no spoilers. There's this one scene, I think it's in like the last 20 minutes. It's literally just all emotional payoff, and it's like one of the greatest television scenes I think I've ever seen. Even though I haven't seen a whole lot of television, but
anything HBO
clearly not. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to get to finish the show.
Out of any streaming platform, if HBO does it, like I have 100% faith. Like just feel like they have that, expectations for themselves as a platform. I love it.
Yeah,
see,
and
the thing is,
and they made
there's such a different, like, there's such a big gap in quality between HBO and HBO Max. For whatever reason, it's like the only 2 like big name shows that HBO Max has put out. Well, actually, no, there's 3, but one of them is awful, which is Velma, and then there's Peacemaker and Euphoria, and that's it.
Well, another big show that's on HBO Max is House of the Dragon.
Right, but that was run through HBO, not through HBO Max.
It was like the same thing.
Yeah, like it aired on HBO.
Yeah. I get that, but
yeah,
and it's kind of funny though. It's kind of funny though, but I mean, I know it's a prequel, so I can do that. But I finished House of the Dragon before I could even like pop through the rest of Game of Thrones, because I only have seen still the first 5 episodes of Game of Thrones, and I've never gone back to it.
Well, I think I've
don't
heard
know why, because
that,
I loved House of the Dragon.
Well, from what I know about House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones, obviously I have not completed either, but from what I know, I think it's pretty, you could start with House of the Dragons, you could watch it after, watch them at the same time. I know a guy who's
it's because
kind of doing the same thing with
because it says on the back right here, set 200 years before the events of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, so yeah, you could do that. You could watch them at the same time as always too. That's an option, because I know a guy who's watching Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad at the same time, and I mean,
by the way, I still need to finish that show. I've not watched season 6 yet.
I need to
I have the Blu-ray for season 6, but I have not finished it yet.
Well, the fact that you guys just brought to my attention was that Euphoria is an HBO Max show and not an HBO show.
I'm pretty sure.
That's really crazy. I don't know. I feel like
one of my favorite shows, sorry that I cut you off there, Tracy.
No, it's okay.
You can go ahead and finish.
I'm kind of surprised as well, though, that Peacemaker was just an HBO Max show, but I'm pretty sure. Let me look this up, just because
I love Peacemaker.
I'm pretty sure I saw. If it's an original content, like any of these series, they usually do like Succession or even Game of Thrones, Sopranos, all that stuff. Even if it's HBO Max, it's still the same people that ran HBO. So like it's still that same level of you know what I'm saying? Like Euphoria,
the level of care,
a high level show,
Yeah, and one of my favorite shows that was through HBO, I think it was also from one of the writers of The Last of Us, Chernobyl. A limited series on HBO. Fantastic show.
Yeah. Everything they do is amazing. So
Yeah, that's a great show. But it's just
with like the Selma show being HBO Max, that's them trying to branch into all the DC stuff, and like I've seen some horrific stuff about that I can't even believe that show was like okayed by everyone on board, including Mindy Kaling. Like, she's a much smarter comedian and woman to like then put that out. It's very strange. I don't know what.
Yeah, because like one of my buddies watched like a minute of it, and he was like, "This isn't for me," because what he said was like cockroaches came out and had sex, and he was like, "I'm done."
For Euphoria?
For Velma.
Oh, Velma. Yeah, I don't know why I said
that was with Velma, and I was like, "Wait, okay, that is not for me."
Okay,
as well. That
chick. I'm very glad that turned out to be a friendly one, because if that all of a sudden started attacking them, that would be freaking terrifying. Holy shit! Like that would be scary.
Yeah.
I hate how its eyes are like plugging out of its head.
Yeah, but I gotta say, because well, after I got into Cobra Kai and Breaking Bad, that was kind of when I started to get on this like big binge of TV shows. Like, because I watched stuff like let's see, what did I watch? I watched stuff like Rescue Me, which I still need to finish Rescue Me. I have not even gotten that far yet. And I think I'm still on like season 5. I think there's like 6 or 7 seasons with that show, and I still need to finish it.
I don't think I know what that is.
It's like a firefighter show with Dennis Leary. It's
Okay.
I heard it's kind of comedic in some ways, but
I like Dennis Leary. So.
yeah, I mean he's a big writer on the show too. So
Cool.
So
See, the thing is, the thing is for watching TV shows for me, it's usually when like it airs that I usually watch TV shows like Stranger Things and The Last of Us and Peacemaker, like all of those shows I watched as it aired, probably just to keep up with what people were talking about, because like those were like the hot things.
Yeah, for sure. But
for whatever reason, I just like can't find motivation to keep like binging older shows like Breaking Bad.
You still need to finish it, dude. I don't know how many times I'm even going to tell you to do so.
You don't have to. I know that I need to keep watching.
That's the one I would say out of any epic TV show that's come out in the past 30 years. Like that's the one I would say to finish.
You make time for it. Like literally dedicate like I don't know, even if it's an episode a day. Like
yeah. And speaking of shows that I binged all the way through, like there are some shows I've already binged all the way through. Like I've already binged through all 11 seasons of The Walking Dead, which it's crazy that show's gone into 11 seasons. It did not need to be that long.
No, I stopped after 6, I think.
I stopped after 7.
I was about to say that. I almost stopped after 7 because I hated season 7.
After that, it got so stupid. Like the first episode was awesome, and then after that, it just got so flippin' like unbearable. So yeah.
But I was gonna say that I have all the seasons on Blu-ray right here. I binged through every single season of this show, and I have them all. It's my good old boy Dexter.
That's
on. I've watched all the seasons, but I will be honest. Like, even though this season sucks, season 8, the final season, this season is awful. The ending to this season, the revival season, Dexter New Blood, is even worse than the actual season 8 ending. It's horrible. Like,
okay, so
that ending really pissed me off.
Not counting South Park or Stranger Things, because I had at one point finished those shows, but they made new seasons since I stopped watching it. So not counting those. But that put aside, I have only finished 4 shows in my entire life.
Whoa!
Wow.
I will have seen 5 after Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah. I've seen what else? I've also watched the Night of the mini series also on HBO with Riz Ahmed.
Yeah, I love him.
Mm-hmm.
Great show, by the way. Great show. Let's see. I've also watched.
And they do mini series too now. Like that's a thing. Where it's like we're only doing this for 1 season or 2 seasons, and that's it.
Yeah, and sometimes those shows are the best. Like just
Yeah.
one season.
Specifically, The Haunting of Hill House is like one of, like I think it's honestly.
Oh God.
When it comes to Netflix originals,
oh my God, that actually kind of scared me. Like because Puss was dancing with Kitty Softpaws, and then all of a sudden, like he was about to kiss her, and then boom, it was a baby chick.
Yeah,
and I was like, "What the frick?"
Okay, so I will say this.
His
right?
reaction was literally this: "Oh my God!" Like
literally. Well, yeah, no. The Haunting of Hill House is, I think, from what I've seen, the best Netflix original show, to be honest.
Wow.
I'm not counting the later haunting of other shit, like not Blind Manor,
Yeah, Haunting of Bly
but
Manor.
but Hill House is
good.
legitimately like some of the best writing I've ever seen in a TV show. It's actually kind of genius the way the show, like even everything down to how the episodes are sequenced. It's like so genius.
Yeah, but let's
I've
see,
got to head out, guys.
All
All
right.
right.
Thank you, Movies and Trains, for coming in, man.
See you
Yeah.
later.
Talking to you.
Yeah,
Yep.
nice talking to you too.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Peace.
All right.
By the way, Luke and Jared.
Drew's comment. He says he hasn't seen any of the Omen movies.
I've only seen
I
the
would
first
say,
one.
I would say the first two are worth watching. 3 is not very good. 4 is one of the worst movies. There's no point even watching the remake because the remake is exactly the same movie, just completely beat for beat. Like if you've seen the original, you basically have seen the remake. So there's no point in even watching the remake.
Yeah.
That's why usually I don't like shot for shot remakes, because they just do the same thing over and like just the same thing over, and it's just pointless.
I will say one shot for shot remake I do like though. I do like Quarantine, the American version of Wreck. I do like that one.
I have it, but I haven't seen it.
I thought you were gonna say Funny Games, which is the same director. just-
Oh, Funny Games. That's right. Yeah.
Well, at least with Funny Games though, that one kind of has a purpose. Whereas like even with Quarantine, I can admit that it's the same idea as the Funny Games remake in terms of like to get it more like American, I don't know, eyes, I
Yeah.
guess. But at the same time though, at least Funny Games is directed by the same guy and
Yeah.
has like a damn
Yeah.
good cast. Whereas Quarantine, the one thing that's really stupid is the writer of that movie claimed what he made it sound like he made some original concept, and it's like effing no, like literally the year
That's saying a
before.
lot. Like
It was
'cause that'd be
literally the
like-
year before Wreck came out, and it's like it's a shot for shot remake. Stop lying.
yeah, because like well, I can get into that in a second, but I want to read Max's comment. He said, "I'm stoked for Ninja Turtles by Seth Rogen's team, and we do enjoy his superhero work and like The Boys and Invincible." I haven't watched either one of those two.
I haven't
Oh,
either.
you guys would love The Boys. Oh my god.
I know, like
It's
one of my
so
buddies.
good.
One of my buddies is like a fanatic of The Boys, and like I thought getting a Funko Pop of one of the characters of The Boys would actually motivate me to watch the show. And guess what? I still haven't watched it yet.
It's everything you wish they could do in any Marvel DC movie because it's rated R and they're all like effed up, and it's like it's incredible. You guys would love it so much. I highly recommend it to all of you.
Sold.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I've seen the first like 2 episodes of Invincible, but I didn't keep going.
Let's see.
Oh well, I
Bring it
don't know
back.
Invincible. I'm just talking about The Boys though specifically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The Boys.
I
Bringing the
thought
team
you
back
were.
into TMNT is a fun take. Yeah.
Yeah, no, the trailer looked amazing too. I don't know if you guys saw the new trailer for Ninja Turtles.
I
It
still-
was awesome.
No.
I still want to watch that trailer, but it's just something like I don't know why I keep putting it off. But
Oh, it's okay. It's like 1 minute and 30 seconds. You can get through it.
okay. well, because I know another trailer is 1 minute and 30 seconds, and it doesn't even feel like it gave the whole movie away, which is the final trailer for the Super Mario Brothers movie. It's only like 1.5 minutes.
Love it. I don't
And-
want them to give anything more away.
Yes, that's all. Because like,
So excited.
and also the shot like with Mario's card exploding because of the bullet bills. That it's a one-shot sequence, and I was like,
Yep.
take all my money. Like that's
So-
amazing.
Uh-huh.
Uh
Oh man,
oh.
I am so excited for the Mario Brothers movie. Like,
Oh yeah.
Humpty Dumpty's a little dirty.
Well,
fun fact, that's actually voiced by Zach Galifianakis from The Hangover.
I thought so. I'm so glad you said that because I was gonna ask you guys like after this because I was like, oh, you sound so
Yeah,
familiar.
I I can kind of just give you the instant answer for that.
It's hard to like tell too because we're doing a live stream and I'm like listening to you and listening to the film, so it's like
Right? Yeah, I get that. Let's see. Let's see. Like, cause when I went, because I saw Scream 6 on Friday, and Tracy, you might have heard me talk about this, but I don't think I told you this. That the line from the ticket stand and concession stand, which is kind of the same, which is actually kind of in the same booth, was from all the way there, all the way back to the bathroom.
Oh my god!
Because
Wow.
there was four movies playing that night. Like the night I saw Scream 6, there were three other movies that were already in, and most of the people that came into that theater was for Scream 6.
Wow.
But
That's so
thankfully, I already had my ticket booked, so
Yeah.
I was like, I go get my seat. So I was like, you know what? It's gonna take too long. I'm just gonna go get my seat.
I can't wait to see it. I'm really excited. I might see.
You would
shoots
like it.
first,
I'm
and
not
then-
gonna lie. You would really like it.
I'm sure. Yeah. I'm really excited to see how
Because
they did it in New York too.
yep, and what I think it was actually kind of, yeah, it was mostly during the third act where some of the kills were happening, or actually even with the reveals. Like the reveals shocked the entire audience in my theater.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
Because I'd be spoiling it if I actually told you who it was.
Don't tell me anything.
Okay. I'm not okay. I just won't say anything then. Because I told this to my parents when I told them how many killers there were when I got home, but I didn't tell them who was behind it.
I'm not listening.
Hey,
Okay,
Luke
I'm not
and
gonna say
Jared, I sent you guys a thumbnail, and I'm thinking when I start doing Q&As again, I'm gonna start using
I
it.
can look at it after we're done. So
Okay, let me know what you think. I know Jared's
okay.
gonna appreciate it.
But I was gonna say but yeah, my theater was shocked with the reveals, and also we were cheering during the third act. Like
Nice.
we were cheering, and this actually felt like the first time that my theater turned into a reaction crowd, and I was like, perfect. That was exactly what I needed out of this. Was a reaction crowd.
That's really cool.
Because I mean, I've kind of had those kind of similar experiences before, but nothing like reached to that level before. Because like I kind of had that experience with like Jackass Forever, where because I'm gonna be honest, throughout that entire movie, I could not hold my laughter. Like I was laughing pretty much every single minute of the movie, which no surprise to me because I literally have a poster for it sitting right next to me.
Right.
Which I got from the movie theater when I went and saw it.
That's super cool.
Let's see. And there were also some times during both Violent Night and Cocaine Bear, I couldn't hold my laughter. Like, because the way some of the scenes were executed in both of those movies just made it funny.
Mm-hmm.
And again, not going to say anything for you, Tracy, because I know you haven't seen Cocaine Bear.
No, I know. The Oscars are finally over, so I can now watch everything else.
There we go. And also, my theater for Cocaine Bear was also pretty packed, but it wasn't like as big of a reaction crowd as it was for Scream 6.
Yeah, I'm really
But
excited.
it was a great experience for sure on the big screen. God, I wish my theater didn't take it out so early.
Oh my god, this is so cute.
Wow.
I don't know if we're all lined up, but I think we're close.
Yeah, we are.
Like, I love that little. I mean, I know it's obviously animated, but I love that little camera angle with that. I love that. Like
My
just
cat's-
like going, just like with a little, just with the flying out, like and just going through that. I was like, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Cats are master manipulators. They are so good at being like, I'm so cute, and I'm gonna like roll over onto my back, and then like I'm just gonna look at you, and it's oh my god, they know exactly what they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, not the eyes. Don't do that. God, the eyes get me every time. Very good. Let's see. Viewer Drew asks, "What's your favorite Christian Bale performance?" It's easy for me. American Psycho is my favorite performance by Christian Bale.
Oh yeah.
What about
Although
you
I
guys?
do want to see, American Psycho for me too. I really want to see Night of Cups. I really want to freaking see Night of Cups.
I loved him, and also I will agree, I loved him in The Fighter. Great movie.
That's a really tough question. I need to pull up his IMDb actually to answer this. I'm just
Okay.
gonna grab my phone real quick because that's a heavy question. Oh my god.
Jared, what's your favorite Christian Bale performance?
I haven't seen that many.
Well, have you seen his Dark Knight movies?
Mostly, yeah.
Okay. But I know,
Have you
but you
seen
haven't
American
seen him.
Psycho?
I'm guessing that's a no.
No.
No,
I knew
not
it.
yet. It's all good. Luke, too many movies, too little time, as Zach says.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, American Psycho is just like even if you love, like, even if you're not like a big fan of Christian Bale, that's a film like you have to watch, like to kind of see his talent, like as an actor. And I did enjoy his performance in The Pale Blue Eye. The movie was fine, but he definitely was the best part of the movie. Was
I want to see
Christian
that. I
Bale.
haven't seen it.
It's directed by the guy that did Black Mass with Johnny Depp, Scott Cooper.
Right. Okay.
And it's like a murder mystery. It's an interesting movie.
So I have to agree with The Fighter, I think. And it sucks because, I mean, he was amazing in Vice as Dick Cheney. That was really good. The movie is not as good as The Fighter, though. So,
Yeah, I mean,
The question is also performance, not necessarily movie.
Yeah, it's the performance.
yeah.
Well, because like
And I did love him in Vice as well. I mean, the cast for Vice is just like on point because you have Christian Bale as Vice President Dick Cheney, and then Sam Rockwell as President Bush.
Well,
Yeah.
because I use this
perfect.
example with Luke quite a bit. Because the way it's asking about performance versus movie, like I'll put it this way. My favorite Tom Cruise performance is in Magnolia, but my favorite film that he's in, which I would more, I would take this movie over Magnolia. My favorite film with Tom Cruise in it is Eyes Wide Shut. So like, it's kind of two different answers.
Yeah, but
That's
if you're
true.
thinking of Tom Cruise with me, though, it's both one answer. Top Gun
Yeah.
Maverick.
And a lot of times it is going to be one answer.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of depends on like what day you ask me though, because say like Ethan Hawke, like my favorite performance of his is from the Before trilogy. But my favorite, either between the Before trilogy or Training Day. But my favorite film of his is The Black Phone.
I'm actually going to go to my all-time stats and look at like actors that I've seen a lot of their films. I think the actor I've seen the most movies from is William Dafoe. And oh my gosh, that's a hard question. That is a hard question.
I keep wanting to like stalk like Soho and like go find him because like he's like, I'm not like a big like celebrity nut, but like I know he lives in Soho and that's like not that far from me, and I just like hang out at a bar and see if he's there. You know what I mean?
I'm actually wrong. My most watched actor is Samuel L. Jackson, actually.
Oh,
it's kind of no surprise. He's in everything.
Because he's in literally everything. But
yeah.
What does Marcellus Wallace look like?
Well,
what ain't no country I've ever heard of?
Samuel L. Jackson, that's definitely my favorite movie and performance is the same answer. Because it's my favorite movie. But William Dafoe is a way harder question. Like, that's hard.
But I think like well, I think in regards to actors, like we're not just in movies, but in also TV. One actor that like besides obviously Tom Cruise, that is also one answer is Bryan Cranston. Because my favorite performance of his and also my favorite thing that he's in is Breaking Bad.
Well, yeah, that one's not a favorite
not a contest,
movie versus favorite
like,
performance for me either.
I mean,
and hey, look, it's the goose.
It's a giant goose.
Oh my gosh,
Look
Goose
Look at
has
that
never
thing. It
seen
is
this movie.
giant.
Well, Goose has never seen this movie, so I'm gonna have to have her watch it just because there's a giant goose in it.
That's actually pretty funny.
If you
Mama
guys
Goose.
like Bryan Cranston, you guys should check out the movie Trumbo. He plays the screenwriter that was
Oh.
blacklisted. Yeah,
I've heard
it's
of that
really-
one. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I've never
I
seen
heard
it,
that one
but I
too.
just,
Mhm.
but
You'll love it.
like, but other good ones with Bryan Cranston. The Infiltrator is pretty good, where he plays as this like government operative that he is trying to infiltrate the mob. It's actually a true
Oh.
story.
I don't think I saw that one. It's called
It's
The
a good
Infiltrator?
one. Yeah, Bryan Cranston's in it. It is a
Cool.
true story.
Off the top of my head, I would say probably not counting Breaking Bad. Like if we're talking about strictly movies, I would say my favorite movie he's in and role that'd probably be Drive. Honestly,
Drive is a good one. Isle of Dogs is another good one.
I've
Voices
only
the
seen
chief-
two
he
Wes
voices the
Anderson
chief dog.
films. Yeah, I knew he was in Isle of Dogs, but yeah, no, Wes Anderson. I gotta see. I've only seen two of his movies, so I gotta watch the rest.
Okay, can I recommend one to you that's my favorite, Wes Anderson? And I don't think
What's your favorite Wes
I
Anderson?
don't think it's everyone's favorite at all. I've had conversations about this, but I really think you would like it. It's the Darjeeling Limited.
I gotta see the Darjeeling Unlimited. Yeah,
That's
I
a good-
love that one.
That's
So
a great
much.
movie. I love that one.
It's so symbolic. It's so layered. It is like these three brothers, and they all have their issues. It's so good, though. Like you'll love it.
Yes. 'Cause,
me and Goose Goose and I, because I've only seen two of them. I think we were actually talking about possibly like going through all of them together, like
before
because-
Asteroid City. Because Asteroid City's coming out this year.
Is that his new film?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a new movie. But
Oh.
Britsky knows this, but my personal favorite Wes Anderson movie, and like every passing day, like every time I think about it, it's like I already know this is my favorite. It's Moonrise Kingdom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Moonrise
I know you
Kingdom
love
is my
Moonrise Kingdom.
personal favorite because I mean, like the story of it alone, just kind of like symbolizes for me, like what I love about Wes Anderson, and also the quirky humor as well. I mean, I'm kind of a sucker for that type of humor. I mean, and also like, funny enough, that was actually his first movie that he ever did, also with Edward Norton. Because Edward Norton, like after that, was kind of a constant with Wes Anderson.
He is.
I'll watch anything Edward Norton's in. Like he's
But
Thank
Luke,
you.
Luke, you
I
know.
love Edward Norton.
yeah.
Oh well, I have to ask you, Tracy. What did you think of him in Glass Onion?
I thought he was great. I thought he was
He's
the
awesome
role.
in that movie.
Yeah, I kind of like
Yeah.
when he was announced for the casting, I was kind of hoping that he would honestly play a little bit against type. But I was like, it's Edward Norton, so it's not really gonna be against type. He's playing the typical asshole character.
It was fantastic. Yeah.
I mean,
But
he
Luke,
kind of does that a lot.
You know my favorite Wes Anderson movie.
It's Fantastic Mr. Fox. Are you cussing with me?
Oh yeah, are you cussing
Shut
with me?
the hell up! I love that movie so much. That's
I
oh,
freaking love that movie.
I
Yes.
saw it in theaters.
Like every
and I
time we
still
talk
love
about
it.
every time we talk about Fantastic Mr. Fox, we always do that quote. Are you cussing with me?
Are you cussing
So
with me?
So
love that
good.
movie.
Yeah.
Hey,
And I love
but
I always and also I love Willem Dafoe's role in that movie as the rat.
Yeah.
Perfect
he's-
casting for him, if I say so myself.
honestly, it's a toss up between Mr. Fox, the Rat, and Kylie. Those are my three favorites.
And I think also Ash. Wait, is it Ash? Because he's voiced by Jason Schwartzman.
Are you talking about the
Oh,
son?
Yeah, the son, Ash.
Yeah, he
One
is.
that wears wears a sock as his
Yes.
mask.
Mhm.
Thank you.
That's perfect.
Okay, but you know what, though?
All I have is just this tube sock.
I will say this ties in to what I was gonna say about Willem Dafoe. So I would say, just judging off my favorites list, my favorite movie that he's in is American Psycho, but that's definitely not my favorite role, and that is a very, very hard question. Oh, my
I
God.
think that's probably my favorite movie that he's in, but I have to look into that. But I think my favorite performance by him is in The Lighthouse.
The Lighthouse is what I thought of. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna have three here. I'm gonna have favorite because it's Willem Dafoe. I get to have three. Favorite movie he's
Goodbye,
in.
Humpty.
Best perform. Goodbye, Humpty. It's
Aw.
okay. I get to have three for this just because it's Willem Dafoe, right?
Right.
He's gonna get a best movie, a favorite performance. Well, okay, sorry. We're gonna try that one more time. My favorite movie that he's in, my favorite performance of his, and his acting spotlight. So my favorite movie he's in, hands down, is American Psycho. My favorite, or what I think is the best performance he's given, that's in The Lighthouse.
Okay.
But my favorite character that he's played, that has to go to the Florida Project.
Good choice.
I love his character in that movie. That's got to
here's
be
a good one right here for Christian Bale. 310 to Yuma.
I've never seen the remake
excellent.
of 310 to Yuma.
I never saw it either.
You
Too
guys
many
are
movies,
missing
too
out.
little time. Okay, but you've
You
never
guys are
seen
seriously
Perfect
missing out.
Blue. You've
Plus,
never seen End of
that's because funny
Evangelion. You've never seen Chungking Express.
Funny enough, that movie is directed by James Mangold, the director of the upcoming Indiana Jones movie.
Mm.
It's a really good movie. And Russell Crowe plays a villainous role in that movie that, like, that's one of those roles, like, you will never see, like, Russell Crowe, like, probably ever again in his career.
Mm-hmm.
And
But
some
yeah,
people
Willem
think,
Dafoe,
like,
dude. Oh my gosh.
sorry to cut you off again, but, like, the role that actually had him first as a villain was a 90s film called Virtuosity with Denzel Washington,
Mm-hmm.
which is from the same director as The Lawnmower Man. And I don't know about you guys, but The Lawnmower Man is freaking weird.
I've never seen The Lawnmower Man, dude.
And you guys probably don't know, but there's a sequel to it.
Didn't know that either. Okay, but gosh, but okay. Even then, though, like even just those answers I've given,
His boots are gone.
I still nonetheless like William Dafoe is just a magical human. Like, I mean, being the Green Goblin, the sniper in John Wick, the oh my gosh, by Gil in Finding Nemo, freaking Gil in Finding Nemo.
Yes.
Or you haven't seen Wild at Heart yet, but he's the villain in Wild at Heart, and he is crazy. I
need to check that out. But speaking of John Wick, I actually just watched that again earlier today to prepare for more. But
what was Tyler going on about earlier in the chat, by the way? That was a funny conversation.
You guys were having a conversation about John Wick 3, like
about realism. Well, I just thought it was funny because it's like, okay, I don't know. The most unrealistic part of John Wick of the series, I'm sorry, it does not go to him falling off the building. It's absolutely the suppressor sequence. That is the most unrealistic part of John Wick. Like, it's funny because John Wick is like the most realistic and accurate, like, when it comes to like firearms. The coordination of those films is amazing. The one slip up is the suppressor sequence. I don't know who greenlit that, but that part was like so comedic. But yeah, that's just me.
But we'll see how well that holds up for me on a rewatch, because I haven't seen it in a couple of years.
I am talking about 2 and 3, obviously, by the way.
Well, I mean, I was meaning 3.
Okay, because 3 is the falling down the building. 2 is the suppressor sequence when they're in that mall or wherever that place is.
Right. Yeah. Yep. Makes sense. But
so I was clued in. The movie was ending. So.
Oh no, you're good.
Yeah, I know.
By the way, Tracy, I did find you on Letterboxd. I dropped a follow.
Oh my god, good. I'm not presenting anything on Letterboxd right now. I'm just catching up. But yeah, I need to work on that.
But
well, okay, this is the thing though, right? is that people who are new, they feel like they have to log like everything they've ever seen, and it's like it doesn't need. I don't know. It doesn't need to be viewed as like overwhelming like that. Like if you're walking along in your day and you're like, you know what, I haven't rated this. Go ahead and do it. You don't gotta like sit through and like find every movie ever.
That's why I kind of just rate every like most of the things I've seen, because after I watch a movie, that's when I not just only tend to log it, but also to review it, because I don't just I don't just log movies. I just want to say like just a couple things or anything like that, even if it's like something small or anything like that, because that's kind of what I do with older movies, something like the Puppet Master movies. I don't really say much about them. I just say what my opinion is, just a small little thing in my opinion, and then done.
Or even as you did with Blowout, like you saved your long details.
Yeah,
for
I
video.
save the details for my review. So because you know who requested me to do it,
and
he did. He requested me to review it,
and I still have yet to disappoint Luke with recommendations.
Oh boy, yeah. I mean, like, I know I disappointed you though, Frisky, with my recommendations.
Once or twice. But I'm also I'm very overly harsh though too, so I'll admit.
What do you think was your biggest disappointing recommendation I gave you?
That's actually really hard. I don't know. I can't think of one off the top of my head. I'll have to find out.
But you definitely did disappoint me with one of your recommendations, which somehow skyrocketed to your #1 spot of last year, which was Babylon. You didn't disappoint.
I disappointed you?
No, you didn't.
I thought you gave it a. I was like, I thought you gave it a 4.5. What? I was like, what do you mean I disappointed you? Like 4.5 is not a disappointing score. Okay.
Man. But I was gonna say, because like after like the first 6 minutes of the film, I kind of texted my friends during that because like I was obviously watching it at home, because I was so grossed out that I almost wanted to turn the movie off. Because
Golden Fountain, man.
It's. I don't want to explain it. It's disgusting.
Can I ask you how you streamed it? Did you rent it?
It's actually on Paramount Plus now.
But it's on Paramount Plus now.
Okay, right. Yeah, and I wanted to tell you specifically, like, if you recommended that to Luke, early on, it was such almost like horrific reviews. And then people started speaking out, and they were like, this movie's just, like, way too ahead of its time. And, like, it's really good. And, like, it's just not the climate for, I guess, people to actually digest it properly. And then, like, in, like, 5-10 years, people are like, oh, my God, this movie's amazing. I think
it's going to be a cult classic like that. Absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely see that. But it's just, I was going to plan on seeing that in theaters, honestly. But, like, because of my experience with Avatar, and plus that movie was over 3 hours long. And same thing with Babylon. Babylon's 3 hours long. But I will argue that Babylon was better.
Wait, better than what?
Avatar.
Oh, absolutely.
That's easy.
Absolutely.
I will say that's like really tough though, because that's like comparing like two totally different types of things.
They are, but it's like I would take
that because like But the reason why I was saying one is better than the other because they're about the same runtime. They're both over 3 hours.
Right.
So it's because and because of my experience with Avatar, my eyes almost got drowsy during the third act because it was so freaking long.
Right. So to your eyes, like way too long. Yeah.
So that's why I skipped Babylon in theaters. Even though I wanted to see it, I skipped it because of that reason.
Okay. I think I know what I found it. I think I know what I would have to say is the most disappointed I've been, and I'm gonna end this stream with the hot take of the night. Well, actually, I don't know how hot of a take this is because I'm not the first one to have said it. But okay, I was looking through the list of films we've watched for a watch along. Specifically, I went all the way down to the bottom, sorted by how high I've rated these movies. And Christmas Vacation, a classic that I had never seen until we watched it together, all of us. I just thought, I don't hate the movie, but it's like, I'm like, okay, the only way I could see myself ever liking it is if I had grown up with it, which I didn't. So like,
Fair enough, I guess, but
I've never
God.
seen it, and also did not. I was like the perfect age to grow up with those movies, and my parents never put them on, so like I grew up with them like later.
Yeah, that
I didn't grow up with it either. My parents never showed it to me. So like,
my parents showed it to me like when I was like around 9 or 10, because they showed me Ghostbusters when I was like around 6 or 7. Same thing with Top Gun.
I
So
saw
we went on
I saw
nostalgia with those when we
Ghostbusters
were
when I
very
was
high.
little. Like,
Wait, yeah. But
And
I
then,
agree with saying like I will still watch. It's on Christmas Vacation is on my list to like eventually watch, but I don't
Yeah.
blame you for not liking it because I've never had a desire to watch it.
I almost thought, honestly, that Fritzky. I almost thought you were going to say your biggest disappointment because you said it was for a watch along. I was like, oh crap! I thought it was going to be for Bullet Train.
I like Bullet Train more than Christmas Vacation.
I hear Sony mixed things about Bullet Train. Should I watch it? Because like I'll take all of your opinions honestly. Because
I think it's awesome. I definitely think you'd have a good time with it.
Okay.
I'll ask
it
this.
kind of has like this Tarantino vibe to it, but it doesn't feel like it's copying off of Tarantino.
Okay.
Okay. I'll ask this. Did you enjoy the humor of the Suicide Squad?
That's the James Gunn one, not the first one.
To
Yeah,
clarify, yes,
yeah.
the James Gunn
Yes, I
movie.
did. Yes.
Okay, if you like the Suicide Squad humor, you should you probably will at least get a little chuckle out of it.
I didn't like the B subplot with Harley Quinn and like the romantic thing. I thought that was so fucking stupid, and I don't even know why that was a thing. Wasting time.
It kind of just dashed past me on like further rewatches because they actually fly by with it so fast.
Yeah, maybe it feels so prevalent because they waste so much on her as Harley Quinn to promote the movies, and like it's like, oh, this is her big task, and it's like, oh, of course she's going to seduce this guy, and blah blah blah. It just, I hated that, but I liked everything about the movie so much, and I wish we had a movie with the polka dot guy. Like, can we just not kill
Polka Dot Man?
I love Polka Dot Man.
Why did they have to kill him off?
Let's get a prequel going. Like, I'd love that.
I love Polka Dot Man.
Like, I did not think he was going to be one of the characters that was going to bite the dust because I knew a lot of the characters that were part of the first team of Task Force X was going to bite the dust.
Yeah.
I kind of figured that Blackguard was going to bite the dust, and what do you know? He was the first one to actually die. Like, because like he just gives himself in, and I was like, you idiot! Why would you do that? Because he was like, I'm the one who called you. And I was like, you idiot. But anyway. Because the shock factor on my face when I saw that in theaters, I was just like, wait, did they just kill him?
Yeah.
But I don't know. But anyways, guys, that is just going to about do it for our watch along of Puss in Boots.
Yes.
Look forward to Sunday, where Fritzky and I will be doing our watch along to finally complete this franchise for Halloween Ends. And I know how much he's looking forward to that one. I certainly looking forward to watching it. I really like it. So
I have a tidbit of information that I kind of think I would just want to like come into the live stream and type it out and like tell you guys after you watch it because I would love to hear your thoughts. So
okay. But Tracy, I was actually going to ask this before we headed out tonight. What do you think of Puss in Boots?
It's really good. It's funny. The last stream I did wasn't so conversational, and this was like with fans of something, and I was really like, I had watched the movie prior, and I feel like I wish I had done that for this too because it looks so good, and I really enjoyed what I saw, but I feel like I need to rewatch it again.
Yeah, it's fair because usually when it comes with us, like we don't always like we usually do like the commentary because we don't want to just like sit around for at least a couple of hours just staring at the screen.
No, that's good. No, it's so good that it's commentary. My thing is I should have watched it prior to doing this. I think it works.
That's what I'm thinking. You're probably going to do with the Last Wish before we eventually do that one. So,
yeah,
like, that's what I think you should do. I mean, I'm not saying you have to, but I'm just saying just some food for thought there. But,
for sure, yeah.
Because I think you really like the Last Wish. Like,
Yeah, and the one that I did with Fans of Something was for Warm Bodies, and I had purposely tried to watch the movie before the live stream, so I already knew the film going in. So I think I'll do that next time.
right, that makes sense. But yeah, just wanted to cut that in with you before we edit out. So, but thank you everybody so much for coming in here tonight. Thank you to everybody in the chat as well. And let everybody know where they can find you here. Jared, we're going to start with you first. Hold on, let me get this. There we go.
You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, Spicer, and thereabouts. In
All
2
right.
days, I'll be doing a watch along for John Wick Chapter 3, build up to John Wick Chapter 4.
And I will certainly be there. I'm very excited to watch that movie again. Fritzky, where can they find you, man?
You can find me at Fritzky22 on Letterboxd, Fritzky on YouTube, Serialized, Music Board, and Negretti_Alex25 on Instagram.
You got anything coming up on your channel?
I got some actually, it's so funny you ask because
I should have just asked that before.
Well, I was debating on revealing it right now, but now I'm like, you know what? Nah, it's going to be a surprise when I'm just going to pop it on and there it is. I was like actually debating on like saying it like as part of the sentence like Jared did, and then I'm like, nah, I'm gonna leave it a surprise. And you're like, hey, anything new showing up soon?
Yeah, fair enough.
But I'm gonna keep it a surprise though.
Okay, sounds good. And Tracy, where can they find you?
Yes, Nerdy Film Girl on YouTube and Instagram, and Nerdy Film Girl on Twitter. I don't really use it that well. And Letterboxd as well. And I guess the next thing I will be doing will be a review on Shazam, because I'm definitely going to force myself to see it before work this weekend. So.
Yep. But yeah, and thank you guys so much for coming in here tonight. It was a lot of fun. As far as content you expect from me, I still need to finish up my Phantasm series. Just got to finish up my Phantasm 5 review as well as do a franchise ranking. Expect a review this weekend for Shazam: Fury of the Gods. I will be seeing that on Sunday. Got a lot of new releases coming up. We also got John Wick 4. We got Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves, which I'm so stoked. And Super Mario Brothers, Renfield, Evil Dead, lots of stuff. And again, look forward to Sunday for my watch along for Halloween Ends. And also, if you guys aren't subscribed to Jared, please go subscribe to him as well, because I will be appearing there on Saturday for John Wick Chapter 3. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very excited to rewatch that one. But after we log off, I am going to be rewatching the second one, so I can prepare for that. Since I'm going to be honest, I actually did ditch him on the last two because of movie theater stuff. I had to go see Creed 3 and I had to go see Scream 6. I didn't want to wait until the weekend where it was like there's going to be other stuff going on like in my life. So I was like, you know what? Let me just see him now so I can get my reviews out. Done.
We're in the same page. I have not seen John Wick 2 or 3. I'm watching them.
You gotta see him.
Yeah, I'm watching them right before the movie. So
okay,
No,
good.
Life happens, and you get caught up in stuff. You don't want to watch the next one. Yeah. It's understandable.
Yeah.
We're not the movie police here.
But I'm definitely. But I will also say that I'm going to go on a Sunday afternoon to go see John Wick 4 because that movie's almost 3 hours long.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to go late at night, so that way I feel just tired.
No, don't do that.
No, because if I did that with Avatar: The Way of Water, I probably would have fallen asleep like just halfway through the movie.
Yeah.
It really affects how you watch a film and how you interpret it, and even stuff that's going on in your personal life can change the way you view a movie. And then you can watch it.
Oh yeah.
And then it's like, oh my god, why did I feel this way? You know.
Yeah, I mean that's. And also my theater experiences kind of add into my enjoyment of a movie, because if it's mostly a really good theater experience, it's kind of like a good movie in my personal book. But obviously I kind of have to look at it from my own personal view, because with my experience for Firestarter, which was probably still the worst theater experience I've ever had in my life.
Well, I heard it's horrible, that movie. I heard it's so bad.
Well, you ain't wrong, because it is terrible.
Yeah.
Like, I saw that in theaters and I was like, I should have just stayed home and watched it. I should have just went to Multiverse of Madness a second time. I should have seen all the bad guys a second time. not see this.
Yeah.
But anyways, guys, we're going to head out of here for the night. Thank you, everybody that is joining here tonight. Again, go check out these guys on their YouTube channels, or go follow them on social media. And why not? I'll just go ahead and throw it out there. Hit the subscribe button for me as well, because we're nearing in at 400 subscribers. It just passed 350.
Yay!
Yep. And my end of the year goal is 400. So please get me there as soon as you guys can. I would love for you guys to support. Hit that thumbs up for all of us as well. And yeah, once again, thank you all so much for watching. We're gonna head out. Have a good night. Peace.
See ya.
Bye.